So yesterday we have discussed about the grouping and sorting, and day before yesterday about the filtering and sorting, group sets, everything. So we have covered all these things. So I think yesterday I have shared the scenarios also to you guys. Hope you guys went through them. And in that I asked you guys to create the scenario number 13, but in that you may have seen like some of the calculations, but not sure if you have gone through that, and maybe you might have feel like, okay, what is this and all. But today we will see some little basics about calculations. Then you will understand uh, how that calculations will come. Okay, because 2 3 days class we will be discussing about calculations and about parameters and all these things only, because these are the topics which are very important actually. Okay, so you have to do more practice on these topics, so then only you will get a good grip on it. Okay, so now I'll just take simple scenario. Okay, um, let me see. I have taken segment. I have the sales, and I have this with respect to region, or forget about segment only. Actually, if we could keep it, will be good. Okay, so segment wise, with respect to the region, we have the sales here, right? Now, my simple question to you guys is, I want to display central plus east sales beside west. So what I am asking is, so here we have central, east, south and west. So I would like to sum up these two, central and east, and then I would like to display beside the west. So this is my requirement. Okay. So another requirement I do have here is, I want to display the total of each row here. So like means central, east, south and west. So that is my one more requirement. Okay, so to do this, so very simple way, I mean, so the second portion is very simple. So you can go to analysis and go to totals, row wise grand totals. So it will be giving you the grand total of that particular row. So same way, I want central plus east sales. See, maybe you may tell like, okay, so maybe I'll put a filter on region and I'll get the central plus east sales. Okay, I'll agree. But how about south and west? So where you will keep them? So maybe you may try this way. Okay. So if you observe clearly, the central plus east sales is 602,358,219. So this is the central plus east sales. So whatever the value I'm getting on the grand total, I want to display it besides west in the previous view. So wherever you are seeing the grand total, right? So there I would like to display the value of central plus east. Okay, so how we can create it? So the best way and only way here what we have is using the calculations. So how to do that? And here, so maybe you may have got a doubt, since the region, if you observe the region wise, you can observe like a central, east, south, west. So these are in the middle of that. Okay, it's like an region have all these values, central, east, south and west. so that we cannot take them like an individual columns, and we cannot add directly and cannot keep it, right? So to do that, we have to split this central, east, south and west separately. So out of the region, so whatever, so all these four values is there in the region column. So one thing first we have to do is we have to split this central, east, south, west, and then we have to add these two and place all the values here. Okay, so we will see how to do that. So to create a calculation, as I told you, so using calculations we'll be doing it. To create a calculation, you have to go here and click on this drop down, and here this is one way of creating a calculated field. You can click on this and one pop-up will come, or you can click on any of the dimension or measure and right click on it. Then you will also get here also, to create a calculation you will get an option, so create a calculated field. Here also you can do. So not only in dimensions, even on measures also you can do that. Okay, and there is one more option. Go to top of the analysis on top. If you see, create a calculated field. So there are a lot of options to create the calculated field. You can make use of anyone. And now I'm going to type each individual region wise sales we will be giving. Okay, central sales. So to divide from the original region and get the individual sales, I am giving a simple logic. So just observe what I'm writing here, then you can itself understand. Okay, it's a simple if formula what I am giving. So tell me what you understood from this calculation. I mean, it's a very simple if condition I had given. See, it's very simple. Okay, if region is central.
Region means
Mhm.
region means east, south, west are those are region.
Yes. So in as
Then
per
sales
this
belongs to
data,
central.
yeah. So as per this data, the regions what we have is central, east, south, west. So that's why I just kept this label here.
Region.
Okay. So
Okay.
if region is central, then I want that central sales. Okay. So then it will give you the sales of central. So likewise, we have to create for the rest of the three also, east, south, and west. So I'll click on OK. Initially, I told you one thing when we are discussing about types of data types here. If you see equals and hashtag, you have the calculated field. Okay. So this is the calculation symbol. So you will be having precedingly equal sign of it. So this is the calculation symbol. Okay. Now again, I'll be creating a calculation for east sales. So if you type if, it will come automatically. Okay, why? Because all the functions are predefined in Tableau. Now, so maybe instead of typing you don't know the exact word, so what you can do here is even you can drag and drop that particular field and equals to, and remember the value what you are going to keep, it has to be in the double quotes if the value is string. If the value is numeric, then you can directly keep it. So if the value is string, you have to keep that in the quotes, either in single quotes or double quotes. Then again, what I'll do, I'll drag the sales and it is end. Okay, it's a complete syntax. Okay, so if you have to give the condition, then you have to give the value what you have to display, then you have to give end. So I'll show you all those syntaxes, but just to make you understand how the calculations will come, I'm just telling the basics. But in the next classes we'll be discussing all the syntaxes of each and every function. Okay, now
Okay.
this is about the east. Where this syntaxes also will come is, you can click on this icon. So there you will see all the types of types of calculations what we have here. So if this will come in the if a logical function, so where you can see if condition here. If you click on if, so you will be having that syntax. And also they had given the example also there. Okay, so you can go through them, but in later classes we will see how all those syntaxes will be there. But just to make you understand how this calculation will work, I'm just creating this. Okay, so now we have created the east sales. Oh shit. So east sales is done, so now I'll be creating the south. And if region equal to south, then sales, and you have to end that condition. Now again one more calculation, west sales. If region equal to west, then sales. So let's go to the new sheet here. Segment, I'll be dragging out as is. So now I want to display that region wise sales. Central, east, south, and west. Okay, so we have displayed this. Okay, but you might have a doubt whether the sales what we created, I mean the calculations what we created, and the original values what we have is correct or wrong. So just to make sure, I'm going to the dashboard here. Let me remove the total for this. So you can observe. Okay, so so this is the calculations what we created, and this is the original values directly what it is coming. So whether these values are coming correctly or not, so just forget about the dollar symbol. Even we can add the dollar symbol for this, but observe the number. So all the values are matching or not, you can check, cross check. Okay, so which is matching, right? So if you can observe 252,031, so it is matching. 157,996, 91213, so everything is matching. And even with the segment wise, you can check whether it is a right segment or whether it is a right region or not, you can cross check. So which is matching. So now let's go to the sheet 2. So now my requirement is, I would like to see the central plus east sales beside west. So how to do that? So it's a simple addition only. So how I can create is, I'll create a calculation with, see, I'll type it like central plus east. So same way here also, I'll keep plus and east sales. I'll click OK. So the calculation came here, and you have to just put it here. See, here the value is not showing. Do you know why? Because so when you are giving here, you should keep sum of. So because it was not aggregated. So some average, count, all these are aggregated functions. Okay. Now if you see, the value is coming. See, and also you can observe here sum and AGG. So AGG means like aggregation. So it means that it will be showing you the exact value. So earlier what we did, we just kept like a sale, central plus east. So it is not able to understand what central plus east is. So you have to take the sum of sales of consumer segment of central region and sum of sales of east in consumer segment. It has to take, and you should add both of this, and it has to display. So that is what it will do in the calculation. So that the function sum or average, minimum, maximum, so all these are the aggregated functions. So you will understand. Okay, so as I told you, so when we see these things, if you see aggregate here, so you will see all the aggregation functions here. So that time you will understand clearly what are those aggregations. And remember one thing, maximum cases Tableau will show this default aggregation for any of the value. So maybe sometimes it will come like a sum, sometimes it will come like average. Maximum cases it will come like a sum. So you should convert however you want. And aggregation. So once it is like an aggregated field what you created, then it will come like an aggregation. So it says aggregation here. AGG means aggregation. So now as per our requirement, central plus east. So even if you add and see also, so the value is 602 and 2358218. So everything will be matching here. So this is the basic way of creating calculations. I think the same of if calculations itself, I think you might have seen in the scenario what I shared yesterday. Hope you guys now understood that how that condition is coming. Okay, so do you guys have any doubts in this? How to create this?
అన్న ప్రతిసారి ఆ కోడ్ అనేది వాడాలన్నా ఇఫ్ సెంట్రల్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు రీజన్
Which one?
we have to use the code regularly and not to change all these plus central plus
Okay,
plus.
so this one, right? The condition.
That
Yes,
one.
yes, you have to. Why? Because see, in this sheet, what it is doing is from the region field directly we are getting this. Okay, but as per our requirement to add this to central and east, you cannot add this directly in this region field. To do that, what we are doing, we are separating the sales of each region, central, east, south, west, separating it, and then we are creating this sheet. So initially, if you see without this central plus east, so we have separated individually. So these are 4 columns now. Earlier, it is in one column and it was just displaying it. So now, if you see, we have divided that into 4 columns and we added these 2 columns and it gave the result. Okay, likewise, so maybe let's see this. Okay, same way. So I have the segment. uh, I have the sales and profit. Okay, I have the sales and profit. I would like to add this too. So here in this case, it's easy because profit and sales both are in two individual columns. I can add them easily. So I can create a calculation. Sum of profit plus sum of sales.
Same.
I can get the value easily. But in the previous case, so we don't have this values individually. So that's the reason we created the conditions first, like so to create each individual sales of region, then we have added it.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so that's how it is. Yeah, so
Can't we use
mhm.
sheet 2 processed in only sheet 1, na?
Okay, the same conditions in one single calculation.
No. Only in one sheet.
Yes, yeah, I got your point. See, so there is a case we can do that, but see, I got your point. So maybe let me just write here only. Okay, I'll edit this. So maybe as per you, I'll be going with the nested ifs, like a else if here. Region equal to east, then sales. So this is what you're telling, right? So in the one itself, we
Mm.
can do, or I mean, like a separate them.
Same process.
I'll tell you. I'll just show you what it will do.
Okay.
Okay, I had given this. I clicked on OK, and I'm going to this sheet now. So what it is showing?
Mm. Okay.
So you got what happened to this. See,
Yeah.
let me just do it. Did you observe what happened to this?
Yeah.
Actually, it is summing up everything. If you see, we had given 252, 350, and 195.
Yeah.
So it is summing up and it is giving to you. But actually, we want one single value. So as you asked, so the central plus east, right?
Yeah.
You can create in one calculation again. Say like if you see central plus east here, what we can do, I can go here,
Edit.
edit it, and what I'll do is,
Delete.
and so this way I can put it in one single calculation only. But to make you understand how this is working, so I just made it into two different calculations.
Okay.
See, central plus east. See, now again, so this is the aggregation problem. So here again, you have to give this sum. So as you mentioned, so we can use them in one single calculation also. But just to make you understand it, you have to be very clear on this. So now if you observe, the first one and last one both are same.
Yeah.
So maybe just to make you understand little clear. See, so this is the one what we had kept in one single calculation, central plus east cells. Central plus east is the two individual calculations we added into one.
Yeah.
So we can create actually as you asked, but so slowly if you do more practice, then you will understand how we can club them into one calculation only. But just start, you have to understand at least how to create it.
Okay.
Then if you are able to create the calculation, then automatically, yes, as you mentioned, you can combine them into one single calculation only.
Oh,
And also when you are keeping that calculation, you should understand so what that logic is telling to you.
oh.
So do you guys have any other doubts?
No more doubts now. We have to practice more and more.
Yes, that's true. From now onwards, you guys have to do more practice. So then only you will understand more. Mm, also now, maybe let's see how much. Okay, so can anybody of you just share your screen and just do what we have done now? The same thing. So nothing different. The same thing what we have done. The same thing. Just try it. Why? Because I want you guys to be do more practice on these calculations.
నా ల్యాప్ లేదన్నా నా ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చిందన్నా
Mm,